Hello, this is Charles Benninghoff, this 8th day of March 2016. Behind me is a global map that highlights the countries that are the so-called partners in the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which forms an integral element of today's analysis. Today, my subject is how Congress has failed America. At the end, I will show you how you can talk back to Congress, but first, here is what's going on Capitol Hill. Congress has an approval rating of 12%. 12%. 88% of the country disapproves of Congress. And this is according to the latest polling from Real Clear Politics. Also, almost 80% of Americans disapprove of Congress, and the reason for this is very simple. Congress is no longer listening to us. Pray for Us, Pray for the United States is fomenting a We the People campaign to help turn this around. If Congress continues down the path of ignoring the will of the people, then the United States of America is in for some extremely dire times in the years to come. We could see our country collapse and splinter into smaller countries just as the Soviet Union did in the 1990s. Americans elected Republican majorities in both the House and the Senate to stop Barack Obama's agenda. And yet, since the Republicans took over, look at what has actually happened. 1. The nuclear treaty with Iran was enacted without the advice and consent of the Senate. Congress failed to listen to the people and allowed Obama to release $150 billion in funds to Iran. Fox News states that the money Iran received is already being used to pay cash bonuses of up to $30,000 to Muslims who have terrorists in their family. We, the people, were ignored. Obama signed executive orders enacting amnesty. Congress fully funded amnesty for illegal aliens, even though Congress has the power of the purse strings to stop it. They lost that power, and we, the people, were ignored. Obamacare is the most wildly unpopular law passed by Congress since Prohibition. Nevertheless, Congress funded Obamacare, even though the voters who put them into power hate Obamacare. Once more, we, the people, were ignored. The FBI and other federal agencies say they cannot even screen any refugees from Muslim countries for ties to jihad or terrorist groups. Yet Congress fully funded Obama's efforts to import hundreds of thousands of such refugees. We, the people, have been ignored. Finally, and fifth, when Congress passed fast-track trade promotion authority for Obama last year in anticipation of the Trans-Pacific Partnership, now called Obamacare, the American people spoke out 30-1 against it. Cleveland.com reports that Ohio lost 112,500 jobs in 2050, resulting from the United States trade deficit with countries that are part of the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement. And this is according to an analysis made by the Economic Policy Institute. What's more, trade with Trans-Pacific Partnership countries in the entire United States in 2015 alone caused the loss of more than 2 million jobs. So Congress and Obama want to thrust us into a permanent job loss situation by forcing us to deal with the Trans-Pacific Partnership countries, and therefore you're going to be affected, I'm going to be affected, every American is going to be affected. We're unable to compete with 40-cent an hour people from countries like Vietnam that are under communist subjugation. What happened to the American middle class? Congress has destroyed it. And unless we as a people rise up and speak out to Congress, they will continue doing so. The Declaration of Independence says we have an unalienable right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The Declaration also states that when the government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it. and institute a new government. Congress needs to be reminded in the strongest terms possible that we, the people, are their bosses, not the other way around. They are supposed to represent us and not the special interests. The international corporations and other big money campaign donors that want to destroy the United States in exchange for cheaper labor rates and bigger profits. As we have seen over and over again, no election is going to save America. The only peaceful way we can turn this around is if we, the people, demand that our government come back to representing us and not international business. In Isaiah chapter 6, verse 8, the Lord said, "Whom shall I send, and who shall go for us?" Isaiah responded, "Here am I, send me." We face a similar call today. If you do not speak out to preserve your country, then who will? You must say, "Who am I? Send me." If we do not take back our country, then someone else will, and our children and grandchildren will live in a country that is unrecognizable from what Ronald Reagan called a shining city on a hill. Here's how you can help. Please speak out. Send faxgrams to Congress today from our campaign page, where you'll see the link and the process very well unfolded for you. And demand that Congress start listening to we, the people, immediately. The form to send your faxgrams is on the right of this video screen if you're on our campaign page, or you can find the link below if you're watching this video on YouTube, Facebook, or some similar channel. Please contribute to this effort so we can distribute this message on additional social channels and encourage more Americans to speak out. Another way that you can help is by sharing this video with others, and I hope that you will respond as well. If you ever get to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Charles Benninghoff, please select to sign up to get more of these videos when they become available. This is Charles Benninghoff signing off and wishing you Godspeed.
Satan can't make me doubt it. It's real and I'm gonna shout it. I was there when it happened, and I guess I ought to know.